Now we can move into the more details of intrinsic pathway of apoptosis. This intrinsic pathway of apoptosis is actually led by or triggered by this by internal stimuli. So these internal stimuli like irreparable genetic damages, lack of oxygen or hypoxic conditions, extremely high concentrations of cytosolic calcium 2 plus ions, and severe oxidative stresses. So these are various examples of internal stimulus. These internal stimulus they activates various messengers. Those messengers actually carries out this intrinsic pathway. So this intrinsic pathway that is actually activated or regulated by members of the BCL2 family. This BCL2 family of proteins having one or more BH domains. So these BCL2 family proteins having one or more BH domains. These BCL2 family proteins they are subdivided into three groups. They are pro-apoptotic members. Second one is anti-apoptotic members. Third one is BH3 only proteins. So we can move into the first family proteins. They are pro-apoptotic members. They actually promotes the apoptosis. So these proteins, these member proteins, they actually promotes the apoptosis. Examples are Bax and Bak. And the second category or second family is the anti-apoptotic members. They actually protect the cell from apoptosis. So that means it carries out the exact reverse of the first family of proteins, that is pro-apoptotic members. Examples are BCL, XL, BCLW and BCL2, BCL3 proteins. So pro-apoptotic members that actually carries out or promote the apoptosis. Anti-apoptotic members they prevents the apoptosis, and the third BCL2 family protein is the BH3 only protein that actually shares a small BH3 one domain with the other two BCL2 family proteins. So all of them may be having a common BH3 domain, a small common BH3 domain. Examples are BID, BARD, PIMA and BIM. Actually, the BH3 only proteins that promotes the cell death or apoptosis in an indirect mechanism. This is of two different ways. The first way is that it activates the pro-apoptotic members. By activating the pro-apoptotic members, the cell may definitely fall into apoptosis. And the second way is that inhibits anti-apoptotic members. The function of anti-apoptotic members is that to protect the cell from apoptosis. By inhibiting the anti-apoptotic members, the cell cannot get that protection, so finally fall into the cell death.
In a healthy cell, these BH3 only proteins they may be absent or may be strongly inhibited, and the pro-apoptotic members may be inhibited by anti-apoptotic members. That means in a healthy cell, these BH3 only proteins they may be absent or may be inhibited or blocked by an inhibitor, and the pro-apoptotic members they may be blocked or inhibited by anti-apoptotic members. A stimulus or a signal that actually shifts the equilibrium, and the inhibition of this BH3 only proteins may be lifted, and in that time this BH3 only proteins that activates the pro-apoptotic members and inhibits the anti-apoptotic members. That leads a series of events finally fall into the cell death.
In the case of intrinsic apoptotic pathway, an internal stimulus that activates BH3 only proteins. These BH3 only proteins that activates these pro-apoptotic members and inhibits anti-apoptotic proteins. Examples of pro-apoptotic proteins are Bax and Bak. So these BH3 only proteins that activates Bax and Bak, once it get activated, then it start to translocate from the cytoplasm to the outer mitochondrial membrane. In the outer mitochondrial membrane, they undergoes a conformational change, and they start to assemble together to form a large protein complex. Actually, these attains the structure of a porin or a large pore. Hence, the outer mitochondrial membrane will become more and more porous, and the cytochrome C that actually remains in the inter mitochondrial membrane space, they start to move or leak out into the cytoplasm. The cytochrome C that was translocated into the cytoplasm that start to associate with a large protein complex that is known as apoptosome. The caspase 9, it's a subunit of this apoptosome. The activation of the caspase 9 is by means of its own simple assembly. That means it doesn't require any sort of proteolytic cleavage of its inhibitory proteins like we have seen in caspase 8. So it's on simple assembly that activates the caspase 9. Once it get activated, then it activates subsequent caspases, and finally that activates CAD and also degrades some other proteins like the PK, etc. So finally that may lead to the cell death. So this is the real mechanism behind the intrinsic apoptotic pathway.